We've heard of all the big and beautiful cities there are in the world, but have you ever wondered whether there might be some cities too strange for people to be able to live in? Yet there are people who live there and call it home. And for the rest of us, well, we can but imagine what their lives might be like. This is Top Trending, and in this episode we bring you our list of the 10 weirdest cities that we've come across in this world. And number 10 on our list is a town you definitely do not want to live in if ghosts spook you, since the dead outnumber the living almost 1,000 to 1. Also called the City of Souls, COLMA was founded in 1924 to accommodate the dead of San Francisco, after the city decided to evict all its cemeteries and then outlawed burials within its limits. This was to preserve valuable real estate and to prevent the spread of disease, and cemetery owners started charging a fee of $10 to relocate the remains of the deceased, as well as their headstones, to the new sites in COLMA. There are now 17 massive cemeteries in COLMA, which occupy almost 3/4 of the land in the city, and it's estimated that there are over 1.5 million people buried here. Notable headstones that can be found include those of Wyatt Earp, Joe DiMaggio, Levi Strauss, and the one and only Emperor of the United States, Joseph Norton. Little wonder then that the motto of the city is "It's great to be alive in COLMA." Located in a province called the Republic of Kalmykia is the chess city of Elista. It was built by its former president Kirsan Ilsumanov, a chess fanatic and also head of the International Chess Federation. At its center is a huge glass dome that was built to host the best chess competitions in the world, and surrounding it are various chess-themed sculptures, including one of Ostap Bender, a fictional con man who was obsessed with chess. The area also has a chess museum, and even a giant open-air chessboard with giant pieces. This is interspersed with Buddhist art, which lends a surreal feel to the atmosphere. The creation of this chess city was the subject of much controversy among locals, because the region was impoverished and resource-starved, and the money used for construction was probably diverted from food subsidies. It's therefore not very well populated, and visiting it can be a depressing experience. Number 8 on our list is an eerie replica of a British town, located in the suburbs of Songjiang District, 40 minutes away from downtown Shanghai. Built as a part of a development plan to encourage people to move away from crowded Shanghai, this city has all the typical features that one would expect to see in England. Cobblestone streets lined with row houses with private hedges, corner shops, a market square with a pub and fish and chip shop, a beautiful old stone church, and even red telephone boxes. But it remains desolate and is largely deserted, since a real estate boom drove up prices and most of the properties have been purchased by the wealthy elite of Shanghai as an investment or a second home. It's mainly used by middle-class newlyweds, who choose it as a backdrop for their English-themed wedding photography. Popularly known as the Garbage City, this is a sprawling community of over 60,000 people known as the Zabaleen, Arabic for garbage people. Nearly every available space seems to be covered with garbage, be it the rooms, streets, or rooftops, and almost all of the trash generated by the Cairo metropolitan area is brought here to be recycled. The men traditionally play the role of collecting the trash and transporting it here using horse or donkey carts, while the women, children, and old people sort through it, salvaging all the material that can be reused or recycled. Each family that lives here typically specializes in a particular type of garbage that they sort and sell. While it might not look pretty, the efficiency of these recyclers is remarkable, with over 80% of the waste collected being recycled or reused, a figure almost 4 times as high as their Western counterparts. Imagine living in a city where a loud siren could go off at any time to warn you to quickly wear the gas mask that you need to carry with you at all times. This is standard practice for the citizens of MIYAKE, JIMA, located at the base of an active volcano on an island about 160 kilometers from Tokyo. All of the residents of the city were evacuated in September 2000 when the volcano started a series of eruptions, and people were permitted to return to their homes in February 2005 after the island was deemed safe for inhabitation. But the volcano still spews out poisonous sulfurous fumes at the highest concentrations in the world, which makes it necessary for residents to carry their gas masks with them. But they don't need to be worn constantly, and tourists who want to visit to enjoy the spectacular scuba diving and lush nature trails can obtain their gas masks on arrival from any of the shops near the pier or the airport. At number 5 on our list is an abandoned World War II Marine base in the deserts of California, used by RV owners and squatters from across North America, that residents call the last free place in America. In SLAB City, there is no tax, no police, no parking fees, no electricity, running water, sewers, toilets, or trash pickup service. In fact, this place is so off the grid that there isn't even an address or a zip code. Most of its residents are snowbirds who come and just spend the winters here, but there are about 200 permanent dwellers who brave the summers here, with temperatures rising above 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Individuals build solar-powered generators to fuel their needs, and there's even an open-air nightclub where there's live music every Saturday night. There's also plenty of art on display, most notably the Salvation Mountain right at the entrance, which was built over 2 decades by a long-term resident. Number 4 on our list is the underground city of COOBER in South Australia. People who live in this city find the summer temperatures so hot that it's impossible to live above ground, and so figured out this unique way of dealing with the heat, digging holes called dugouts that they can live in. Over the years, these subterranean dwellings have become more complex, and homes now have multiple rooms underground, some even with underground swimming pools. And the city itself has an underground museum, underground stores, underground churches, and even an underground 4-star luxury hotel. Why would people choose to live here, you wonder? COOBER is known as the opal capital of the world, and over 70% of the world's gem-quality opal has come from the mines in and around this city. The name itself derives from the Aboriginal Cooperi, meaning white man in a hole. In the province of Yunnan in southwest China is a settlement with a difference. No one who lives here is more than 4 feet 3 inches in height, called the Kingdom of the Little People, or the World Echo Garden of Butterflies and the Dwarf Empire. It was created in 2009 as a space where the little people could come and live, and perform 2 daily shows for visitors to the theme park. There are currently over 100 people who live here in specially constructed dormitories and houses that are accessible to short people. They have employment opportunities through working at the theme park, and can live as long as they want to in this space. There have been many critics of this city who contend that the situation segregates dwarves from normal people, and that it resembles a human zoo. But Chen Mingling, the founder of the space, is of the opinion that it's a business that provides employment and sustenance for people who would otherwise be unemployed. Many of the residents here have also stated that they enjoy living with other short people and feel less lonely when they are here, and that they had been unable to find other employment before they came to the Kingdom of the Little People. In the hot and dusty plains of southern India lies an experimental city that aims to realize human unity and diversity. There are people from 50 nationalities who currently live and work here. There is no ownership of property, almost no exchange of money, no leader, and no clear set of rules. The chosen land was a barren plateau when it was founded in 1968, but today is a lush green forest. At the center of the city is an immense golf ball-like structure called the Matra Mandir, at the center of which is a chamber of white marble referred to as a place to find one's consciousness. There is also an industrial zone and a residential zone, surrounded by a green belt for environmental research and resources. The purpose of this experiment? To conduct practical research in sustainable living and the future cultural, environmental, social, and spiritual needs of mankind. Visitors are free to come and go, but there is a strict process that governs the entry of people who wish to live in the city long term. At the top of our list of weirdest cities in the world is this collection of platforms in the middle of the Caspian Sea. When oil was first discovered here in the 1940s, the government of Soviet Russia decided to build the world's first offshore oil rig, a single platform built on the backs of 7 sunken ships. And as more oil was discovered over the decades, this gradually expanded to about 2,000 platforms spread over a 30-kilometer circle, joined by a 300-kilometer network of roads and bridges. Over 5,000 people lived on these platforms, and they built multi-story apartment blocks and hotels, electric power stations, hospitals, a lemonade factory, a soccer pitch, library, bakery, laundry, cinema, bathhouse, vegetable garden, and even a tree-lined park for which the soil was transported from the mainland. Even though oil production has now declined, it's very hard for outsiders to gain access to this city, and it's even been featured in a James Bond movie. That's our list of the top 10 weirdest cities there are in the world. Do you agree? Disagree? Do you know of any cities that might be weirder to live in than these? Let us know in the comments section. We love hearing from you. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like the video, share with friends, and subscribe to Top Trending for more regular countdown videos such as this one.